Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. As you can see, this is going to be another unboxing. And just to apologize once more, as this is going to be another fake unboxing because I got the watch, I received the watch late last night and I just couldn't wait for it. I had to open it and size the bracelet and I wore it in bed. So let's move on. As you can see, it is a Vostok. And I'm sure many of you can already guess what it is. It is the Amphibia. So this is the box. These are the papers, and here's the Amphibia. This is the list of service centers and warranty. Let's move this away. Take out the box, move the box away, and here's the watch. Now this is the Scuba Dude model because of this little scuba diver on the dial, and it's the 710 case. I went for this case because I find it to be the most attractive of all the cases, and it's also the shortest at 45 lug to lug, which means that it will fit my wrist the best. As usual, I will be doing a review of this watch, and not only that, but I'll also be doing mods to it because I don't believe there's a single owner of an Amphibia that doesn't have at least one of them modded and added to their collection. Now there are just 4 things that I want to tell you about this watch, and I'll save the rest for the review. First, it's fully in-house made diver's watch. Second, it was commissioned by the Soviet military, so it was designed for the Soviet military or for their navy and their divers. Third, it has a very unique construction, unlike any other diver's watch in the world, because when Soviets designed this watch, they didn't want to buy the patents from the West, as it was the Cold War era, and their machining wasn't as advanced as the Swiss ones to make very precise parts. So they had to come up with their own solution, and they came up with an elegant solution that really I don't understand why other manufacturers don't adopt this, especially since I believe patents have expired. Because on other watches, the casebacks are screwed in, which means that as you're screwing it in, you're actually shearing the gasket, the O-ring that's sealing the watch. So on this watch, the actual caseback, as you can see, is one piece, and then it has a retaining ring as the second piece. So the caseback actually just sits flat on the gasket, and it doesn't move as you're tightening this screw. And when you're tightening this screw, it actually pushes the case back to the gasket, but without moving it left and right, because it has these keyways where the case back sits. This is why all the casebacks on all Amphibias are always perfectly aligned, because they don't actually rotate. Because of this, there's no shearing of the gasket, meaning that the gasket will last you a lifetime of the watch, so it never has to be changed. While on a regular watch that has a regular screw-in caseback, you're actually supposed to change the gasket every time when you open the watch, because you slightly deform it every time when you tighten it. So this is a pretty cool construction. Also, the crystal is made of a special kind of acrylic, and it was calculated, the thickness, the curvature, the shape, everything was precisely calculated for it to seal the watch as the watch goes deeper. So it's really a very cool way of constructing a thing. It reminds me of the Blackbird, because that plane, at least people say that, was all loose and leaking while on the ground, but once you get it in the air and everything warms up to the operating temperatures, everything expands and becomes what it was constructed for. And this watch is the same. It's almost like on the surface, it's, barely water resistant, and all the construction is kind of loose and not really doing its thing. But once you go into the water, and the deeper you go, the better it becomes. It's really cool. And then we come to the fourth, which is the price. Now, if you had all these 3 and the watch was Swiss, so fully in-house, made or commissioned by the military, and had a unique construction unlike anything else, I believe this watch, and with a rich history, because this is from 1969, I believe, this watch would probably cost about $5,000 or even more than 10. I don't know, between 5 and 10. Like, let's say Panerai, although they're now doing the in-house. They always borrowed movements, but this was always in-house and still is. However, the price for this is between $50 and $70. Yeah, yes, you heard it right. Between $50 and $70. And this price is the reason why I really can't fault the watch for its cheap looking bracelet. I mean, cheaply executed bracelet for the not really great lume and for the loose crown, although the loose crown is also another construction, but I'll cover that in the review. So this watch really should be a part of everyone's collection. I mean, this is my first diver in about three or 4 years since I sold my Orange Monster, and I'm really glad it's this one. And I chose it because of the unique construction. I wanted an example of that kind of engineering, and also because it's so cheap. I mean, really is. Now, just like many other watches, just like many other amphibias, people usually mod them, and this one is going to be modded as well. I already ordered the parts, so when they arrive, we'll be modding it slightly and probably making videos of it. I mean, of the finished product. Also, you can expect a review like I already mentioned. Well, this pretty much covers it, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe by pressing this button right here, and until the next video, bye.